Hey everybody, it's Mr. Rogers here, and I want to do a really quick lesson on uh, taxonomic classification, or we kind of call it Kingdom, Phylum, Class, Order, Family, Genus, Species, or Kpcofgs. So, when we're talking about organizing life, we talked a little bit about we're going to put them into different categories, and what we do as scientists is we made this pyramid. And as we go down this pyramid, it's an inverse pyramid, I should say. So it means the big part's up top, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. As we go further down, we get more and more detailed to what the actual species is, or what the organism actually is. And so we start up top with kingdom. Kingdom is the broadest one possible. And there are a couple different kingdoms. It actually changes quite often. Right now, depending on what scientists you follow, what we're actually going to do, it's anywhere between 4 and 6. I'm never really going to ask you that, so it doesn't really matter. But for the point being is we have different major categories. The two most famous ones are Plantae, which is plants, and Animalia, which is animals. So you can see in this picture, we have Kingdom Animalia and a bunch of different animals. Then we have next one down is phylum. Phylum for the animal one is the next way that we separate them out. And a lot of times when we separate things out in the beginning, it's you either have this or that. And so for animals, it is chordata, which means you have a backbone or bones in general. And then there is the invertebrates, which is the other side of this that don't have bones. And so this is the chordata animals. You can see that some of these invertebrates got thrown out here. They're no longer in our picture. So we keep getting more and more narrow. The next one is class. The class here is Mammalia, or another word would be mammals. Now, there's a couple different classes in chordata, things like reptiles, amphibia, stuff like that. But for this, we're going to do Mammalia. And then order, Carnivora. You can see we keep going down a little bit further. We're starting to get down to our species. It's less and less. Next one's family, so Felidae, or felines. And you can see, okay, I have a cat, I have looks like a little leopard, and then I have, looks like a jaguar. And we keep going down to Felis. We go down to just 2, and then we have Felis catus, which is a house cat. And so you can see we keep going down, 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 down. Now, there is a way to remember this. We have to remember kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. And the way to remember it is, so we got kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. The way I like to teach it and remember it is using the first letter of all of these. You make a mnemonic, and you say, King Philip came over for great soup. So King Philip came over for great soup. So I can remember that and then think to myself, okay, the C comes after the P there. So that means it must be class. Class is the C word. And so we just have to make those connections. So we have to know this order. We have to know that this is the biggest group and this is the smallest group. Okay. We also need to know that as in general, not only is this the smallest and this is the biggest, that we name things their scientific name based on their genus species. And we'll see that this week. We use their genus species. So for example, in the cat example, they were Felis catus was its scientific name for a cat. And so that's its genus name with its species name. Catus is technically its species name. Felis is its genus. So I hope that kind of helps you. You know, I know it's real quick and everything like that, but we need to make sure that we have down kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Make sure we have this idea of an inverse pyramid, that as we go down, we get less and less and more detailed to the species. That we have King Philip came over for great soup as our mnemonic to make sure we remember it. and also finally that our scientific name is always based on our genus species of the animal. All right, guys. I hope that helps. Good luck. If you need help, let me know.